Good morning, everyone. Welcome to this workshop. I'm Yamashita, chairperson. So this is the first workshop, July the 1st. Congratulations. You have cleared the first qualification match. There were 100 or so participants all over the world, and also the level was quite high in the contest. This was the third contest ever. So the people who didn't make it today, so many people, for those of who did not make it here today, we will stream the video for these people. But if possible, we welcome you to participate in this venue because we will have a face-to-face interaction. Maybe that can solve your problems or questions. This contest, unlike the usual design contest, it's quite unique. The usual traditional design contest, you have an agenda and you propose your solutions, qualify the first match, the second match. And during the middle of the process, you have a milestone to evaluate you. But this contest is focused on your development of the students. So last year in autumn, we held this contest, and this time we are having the second contest because we believe that the roles of the designer are expanding in this innovation society. So in this case, we want you to contribute. Not only the studying designer or car designer, stylist, you shouldn't be confined to these roles. You have to create a new movement. I want you to develop these capabilities for the new generation of people. That's our purpose for this contest. To that end, we have Bosch and Bosch Cafe. They are the sponsor in this contest, and also other sponsors as well. They are so cooperative to open this contest, their participants as well, because they are so keen about developing new generation of people. You really have to appreciate their support. Thank you very much, Bosch Corporation. I really appreciate your support. And let me address my opening. I'm a chairperson at APEV. I'm a chairperson in the steering committee as well. So in this design contest, I'm in charge of the management. Myself, I run the Interband Design Inc. But I used to belong to Nissan as a car designer, and also I switched my career to become professor at the Tokyo Metropolitan University. But 2 years ago, I quit job as a professor. I started my company. Still, I teach Japanese students. And also these students who are trying to become the designer, I really realized that I have to help them. So that I started to really engage in this event. This time, this has become a big event. In cooperation with the Tokyo Metropolitan Government, there are so many sponsors and cooperations from many venues. So I want to introduce this to you. This is a Ministry of Land, Infrastructure, Transport and Tourism. Their initiative and their message to you, all of you. Let me briefly explain to you. The Ministry of Land, Infrastructure, Transport and Tourism. I would like to read the resume. The ministry consists of agencies responsible for comprehensive and systematic utilization, development, and conservation of the national land, consistent development of social capital for that purpose, promotion of traffic policy, development of meteorological services, and securing maritime safety security. That's their job. Among them, especially, they have the Automotive Bureau. So this is written in English, but the same contents I'm reading. The Automotive Bureau, we are working on reductions in traffic accidents, congestion, and issues of aging, etc. by establishing rules for maintenance and verification tests of automotive driving, promoting next generation automobiles such as super micro mobility. That's their message written here. So there are 4 initiatives, such as traffic accident, 96% are human incurred. And also for the congestion, is caused by improper V2V distance and improper acceleration and deceleration. And also about 40% of the truck drivers are over 50, so it's aging. And also, this is a rural area, the transportation mobility is reducing. This is the agenda and the issues initiated by the ministry. And also they are running the 2 POC in society. One is a last mile automated vehicle mobility services. Or, you know the last mile definition? So in the public transportation system, you will take the public transportation from A to B, but from the nearest station to your home, maybe you have distance of maybe 1 mile or 2 miles. So distance from the nearest station to your home can be taken care of by the autonomous driving car. So this is the initiative and also project by the ministry. And on the right-hand side, this is a track platooning. This is a track platooning, such as a fleet of trucks vertically in line with together, and these trucks are driven by autonomous system. So it can prevent any uncareful driving or maybe any driver who may be sleeping in the truck. That accident can be prevented. This is an initiative by the ministry. And also they are sponsoring us in this activity. This activity has expanded and it gives us a lot of motivation. This workshop is the first in the history. As Mr. Yasujima said, that it's going to open your horizon. It's up to you whether it's going to open your horizon. It all depends on how you are engaged. We have your input and everything, your opinions, and it will be disseminated to globally. And also very important knowledge will be accumulated in this workshop. So let me put it simply. Me, myself, and Mr. Kang are the initiators, facilitators in this venue. So let's open the first workshop. Thank you very much for listening.
First one. Chiba Institute of Technology, SAL. Please begin. Okay. I'll begin. Our EV. Sorry, first say your school name. Begin. So we are from Chiba Institute of Technology. My name is Sagae, Urasaki, and Takahashi. Thank you. So our EV is this. So our EV targets at students, and it's a sharing house. Like it's a mobility as built in as a shared house. So in recent years, vacant houses are becoming the social problem. So we would like to, our idea is to renovate those vacant houses and then build new houses. And mobilities or EVs are attached to this renovated house. And then this mobility is a unit type EVs. So 3 EVs can be connected with each other. Like this. So it is a part of it is combined with the house. It's a share house. And the students living in the house can freely use these mobilities or EVs. So the house and the EVs can be shared with the other members of society. For example, when the students are at school, the EVs and the house are not used. So they can use an app to have those EVs and then house shared with the other members of the community. And then this is autonomous driving EVs. So with that, there's no steering wheel and then seats. So you can have a bigger space. So the EV can run alone or it can be connected. The 3 EVs can be connected and users can be used as one. And the theme of the styling of this EV is wa, or harmony. So inside there are tatami mats. So and the outer appearance creates an image to or create an image of harmony. And it is autonomously driven, and there are no seats, so the space can be used really freely. And when the EV is parked at the home, like the EV is not a dead space. It can be used as a part of a living space inside the house. That is all. Thank you very much. We are from Advanced Institute of Industrial Technology, team EBI-P. So Liu and Shi and Kishimoto. So our EV can solve the issue in 2030, like last 1 mile issue. So it's a short distance from the nearest kind of station to home, and sometimes you feel really it's hard to walk the last 1 mile. So this is a share circulate system. This is what we are proposing. So for the travel between the community cycle and the car sharing service. And the background and the aim. So now there are certain areas where there is an increasing population, and that area has inconvenient living kind of cycle. And our assumption is that by 2030, the non-contact charging technology and autonomous driving technology will have been established. And then our proposal is a Hubo. This is a car station-less kind of EVs. So it's a shared mobility system. People can get in and use and get out of the EV anywhere in the community. So there is a street lane dedicated for this EV equipped with a non-contact charging system. So the car is charged while they are driving on the car, moving on the car. So a user will call up Hubo, which is close to this person's place. And then the user uses Hubo and travel and get to the destination. And then the Hubo will go back to the charging lane on the road. The left one shows the current situation with car sharing system. And then our proposal is on the right side of the chart. So the EVs are always constantly being charged. So it's a fully autonomous driving and then completely managed traffic system. That is what we are proposing. This is our concept. Visualized image. It's a visualized image of our concept. That is all. Thank you very much. Hello, everyone. I'm Kishizoe, Konno, Sasaki, and Ota from Chiba Daigaku K3SO. In designing this EV, we thought what the future would look like. So I think in the area of recycling, I think people will keep thinking that recycling is an important part of their world. And they know the importance of recycling, but sometimes it's troublesome. Like you need to separate garbage and so on. So this is garbage station mobility for each home. So that is what we thought of. And the function is like a garbage station mobility for each home. And when the garbage bin is full, and the garbage bin will run autonomously to the collection station. And while the garbage bin EV is running on the street, it can also collect garbage from the people walking on the street. And with this system, the benefit of this system is that you can get rid of the garbage collection station, so it will lead to nice landscape and also bad odor. Those issues can be solved. And then the operation is very simple. You can separate, you can allow the garbage bin to separate garbage using the operation on the touch panel. So you use the touch panel, and then the garbage can be thrown out from inside the home and then outside the home also. And this garbage collection station, the electricity to be used by the EVs will be generated from the processing of the garbage. And these EVs, garbage collecting EVs, freely move around on the street in the community. And this is a sketch. So it looks clean and friendly and reliable. And touch panel is shown like this. And this is a station car. And at the side of this station car is displayed, so it can show how the garbage is collected. So that is all from us. Thank you very much. I'm Kim Hyun-soo, third grade of Tokyo Communication Arts. What I am going to propose today is a hospital bed mobility. As you see from the name, this is a hospital bed that provides mobility to help the people who have difficulty moving around. So my Japanese may not be fluent, but please bear with me. And my assumption background is 2030, the year 2030. My image of this year is like a new medical technology established, and the technology will have been developed by them. But the better care, providing better care of the patients, and then reducing the stress of the patients. So those things will have a kind of higher emphasis than today. That's my assumption for this proposal. You might have recognized this. There is no number 2. Number 2, the page number 2 is supposed to be target users. But my target users is my grandmother, actually. That's my target patient. So she's a patient, and then she had problems with legs, and she spent many years on the bed until the end of her life, and then I often saw her suffering, and then that made me want to design this kind of bed. And number 3 is about infrastructure. So first one is a network society. So, and there is a cloud technology, and we can utilize that. So the mobility, the EV can connect hospitals with the patient, and also the mobility or EV can store all the personal information of the patient, and this mobility will allow the patient to go out of the hospital. But while the patient is outside of the hospital, this network technology is used so that the patient can constantly communicating with the doctors. And this EV bed can move in and out of the hospital. And patients sometimes feel like they want to be seen by other people. So they want the patients who are hospitalized, they don't want to be seen by the strangers. So maybe a solution can be to have a dedicated elevator for the patient and so on. So I would like to also think about those kind of solutions. And when the EV is out, you don't know when the EV is out of battery, and then you are kind of anxious. But it's hard for this kind of patient to replace batteries, so exchanging battery can be automated for this. And next point is the last point. When the patient is inside the hospital, so the EV needs to be constantly charged. And if it's wired charging, it's not good when the patient wants to get out of the hospital because it's wired, and the patient cannot move around to pull out the plug. So wireless charging is the solution I thought about, and this is a sketch. And there is a space which can be utilized because it is EV. So from it can serve as a wheelchair and also as a bed. And my last point. This is the design from the concept. My first inspiration is here. In design, I wanted to make it as compact as possible. So I designed my EV like this. That is all from me. Thank you very
much. So we are Team Goal. Tsutsui, Yano, Watanabe, Eriguchi from Nagoya State University. Let me start the presentation of our university. So what we propose is that flexible trip and new discovery will be proposed through this holo. This is the personal EV in Japanese furniture kind of EV hotel will be proposed. So in order for us to present this proposal, as a background of this. So this background for the foreign travelers are increasing, and so they actually come here not in a group but individually, so that local life and culture would like to be observed. So they want to experience how Japanese people are living here. And also in regions, there are some tourism resources which are not discovered yet. So for local people, they don't see some values by themselves because this is one of their normal life. But from the perspective of the tourist, it can be a great cultural resources. So these resources which are hidden right now can present as a quite regional attractiveness to foreigners. So what we propose here is that freedom tourist, personal EV. So this personal EV, by having this EV, users will be able to have flexible in-depth trips and associated values, so we can activate the local tourist businesses as well. So for this holo system, or let me explain the story or system of this holo. Here it's starting from the story. At first, users who arrive in the station or the airport, they are going to rent a holo at the airport. Here they are arriving in Haneda, and renting a Holo. And in the Holo, which is a personal EV, they enjoy travel on this Holo. And then like this, they actually go nationwide, scattered EV hotels in which they can check in. So for those free travelers are gathered together for this EV hotels, like here, it's kind of circle, so EV can get together in a circle manner. So the center of the EV hotel, there will be some created community between free travelers. So free travelers can share the live tourist information with other travelers that can create tourists, so that we thought we can expand the tourist activities like something which are not written in the travel guidebooks. So that scenery that you can see from that hilltop, that was great, which are not written on the guide or on the back side of the story. The restaurants were not covered any of the kind of blog, but the restaurant provided so excellent kind of dishes. That live information can be shared through these EV hotels. So this is the new style. We can create a new style of the tourist as well. And then for the EV hotel, they can take a rest and then users go back to their tourists. So EV hotel, so they can rent personal mobility, so they can actually get in, get off at the EV hotels flexibly. The users can pick up their own style of their mobility for the tourists, so they can enjoy a flexible tourist. So they can go long distance through this personal EV, or they can take a walk a little bit. So flexible mobility transportation will be provided. Last of all, they will return this mobility at the airport for departure. So that is driven by electricity. So like the settlement for the accommodation can be all done at this all at once. So to summarize what we propose, this Holo, the free travelers can enjoy flexible in-depth tours here. So for local people, they can explore a new tourist resources. That's the end of the team goal presentation. Thank you for your attention. So let me start the presentation. This is how Nagoya Quattro Hormage. So from the Okahara, Kawashima, Lee, Hiramatsu, we are four of us in this group for presentation. So what we propose this time is relief. This is a transportation called relief. So we every day use a bed. So a bed can be a transportation mobility. So basically autonomous driving, it's a transportation. So we actually understand the necessity of beds in the world, like in the poverty areas, like sanitary situation, and warm beds are needed. And for disastrous areas, the normal nighttime sleep should be secured. And also in urban cities, for those who are working so busy, they are looking for some relief, healing, so they want to take a rest. So the beds are, in the various perspectives, required or needed or wanted by these people. Therefore, like here, if we can have this bed as EV, which is in the developing countries, electricity lifeline should be better prepared for disastrous areas. If we can bring these vehicles, they can be used as survival power source as well, and also as advanced technology, which is IoT. So it has high affinity with this kind of high technologies, so that we wanted to provide this as EV style. So there are the design structures. There are four parts comprising. So on the bottom shell, the batteries, power sources are placed, and on top of it we have a bed. On top we have soft shell type equipment, and then we have the hard shell covering on top. So we'll be protected, but you can feel comfortableness. So this is how we designed this. So they are the rendering. Normally on the back side there are the rear and also on the front there are two-wheel driven, but for in driving on the front side there are hard shell that can provide stability. So this is the sea rendering. In the urban cities, for those who are very busy, so they can be healed like the glamping. That concludes our presentation from our team. Thank you for your attention. We are from Chiba University Graduate School, team CMCT Tashiro Kakinoki.
So we are proposing a Sparkle, which is a small mobility. The background of this is that we are focused on two aspects. First of all, in 2017, the government started their initiative for work-life balance, such as promoting teleworking or moonlight job to change the way of working among the Japanese people, to propose an innovative pattern for the working life. We were focused on this. And also, in 2027, around that time frame, the artificial intelligence will develop further so that the people's life cycle will be changed drastically because of that. So right now, like we wake up in the morning, we work during the day and sleep at night. The cycle will be ending with the artificial intelligence. So our target, therefore, is that during the day we make money and we work, but during the night time, the time is for your skill up, or maybe you engage in the event or project to enhance your skill set. So this is going to be a new kind of people, which is a multi-business people. Is going to be our focus in this project. However, so this diversity of the society, however, social infrastructure cannot catch up with this new trend. So still we have a schedule for the train, maybe taxi is not available at night, and also in the in the rural area, maybe surrounding area is dark. The light is in short supply, so it will limit the activity of the people in the night time. So our concept is seamless. Your night is our concept. So that we can help multi-business workers to flourish. So we will create a new space and time in the night time. So we are proposing a nighttime exclusive mobility system. So this mobility system during the day, it is set and located at places where people gather, like stations. They are stored underground in daytime, and constantly charged by human-generated vibration energy, converted into power. And when the night comes, it will be used for mobility. So when the user will invoke this mobility from the underground, and by using autonomous driving, the users can be transported to his own destination, where he can create his new life in the night time. So in open space in the night, this mobility will be utilized. And also the directional light will illuminate the community to visualize the shape of the community during the night time. In the package, actually. It's a space saving shape, which is a vertically long one. It's convenient for storage underground. And the passenger sits in this mobility. So, however, it is a really simple sitting space, and he can get off and get in very easily. Such as by sitting, he can make a presentation, and also he can participate in a meeting at night, and also entertainment, and also the music will be also installed and offered in this mobility. It is going to be a great comfort to these users. By using this mobility, one can achieve his own mission in life. So these people we would like to really support and create an environment where they can flourish. This is a system we are going to create. That ends my presentation. Thank you very much.
Good afternoon. We are PEDB4 from Chiba University. We are Date and Takahashi. So in our case, the cocoon, which is based upon transportation, will be provided as a mobility presentation. The future delivery system connected by the cocoon targets the core, the family, smaller family, in which both husbands and wives are working. In the future, online shopping will be more developing in the future. And then the current transportation issues will be explained. So currently, re-delivery is really a big issue. So in order we cannot receive the package is going back to the delivery places and then it's coming back to our house again. So re-delivery is a kind of unnecessary flows, we thought. So this re-delivery rate is kind of currently 20% right now. Therefore, we have three issues due to it. So the time is wasted, number one, and number two, due to unnecessary driving that is polluting environment. Thirdly, the labor cost and the fuel cost are more consumed and used. So we thought we want to solve this issue through cocoons. So this concept, the cocoon, which is a module, is the base for the delivery. So at first, in each house, that empty cocoon module and delivery units will be placed, and then the user orders goods, and then the goods will be loaded on the cocoon. That module cocoon will be going to the port in each location. At the same time, the empty cocoon which are placed in the house will be going to the port to take the goods in, and then that cocoon will be replaced by the cocoon with the goods so that it go back to their house. And then let me explain the shape of it. Outside, hard material, and also inside, it's a soft material being used so that goods can be softly covered. This is the styling concept. And then this cocoon on the lower right, the module cocoon does have the luggage in battery pack. And last of all, there are four benefits that we can generate through this cocoon idea on the lower part of this slide. The first one is that the cocoon is picking up the goods on behalf of you, so you don't have to wait at home to receive the goods. So you can flexibly, users can flexibly go out. And then to reduce delivery time loss. So in the past, so like fresh food which cannot be delivered, that can be delivered through this cocoon. And thirdly, the currently carton boxes are being utilized for the packaging for the goods. Without using that boxes, they can use this cocoon that sustainable delivery can be realized. And then this module does have the battery function as well. So the charging of the power wouldn't be wasted. That's all for us. Thank you for your attention.
Let me start my presentation. I'm Nihon Kogakuin College from the Hachioji campus. I'm Matsushita Junya. My proposal is the EV in 2020 toward 2025. This EV, such as in 2020 in the Tokyo Olympics, will be the trigger for the public transportation and autonomous driving furtherment. So, however, there are some places where you cannot go with the public transportation. Only EV can take you. So I thought about a new driving style, which only EV can make it possible. So it can drive in the cities or off-road and a circuit. These the comfort that only car can give to a human driver. That's my focus. So this is my packaging. In the packaging, especially unlike the gasoline engine car, this is very unique to the EV. This is a EV motor layout. Freedom of degree is utilized. That's my focus in the design. So the feature of this is that usually in the car, the rear tire and the front tires are driven by the motor. But unlike that, on the right-hand side of the right, only the right wheel will be driven, or the left wheel will be driven. So in the driver shaft in the car, not connecting the rear tire and front tire, but on the right-hand side, it is only connected to the right wheel. To drive the car, not the tire, but Caterpillar is utilized for driving. So on the Caterpillar, it is driven. The tire shape is usually round shape, but if it's a Caterpillar, the tire can take a lot of shapes to reduce the air drag, or maybe new icon or new image can be created for a new EV. Furthermore, this is how you operate the EV. So on the right and left, the difference of the motor output or revolution differences, you turn the corner by the car. But to control the power, on the right-hand side, left-hand side, you have lever. To press it to the front, you decelerate, and also maybe in a different direction, you can accelerate the car by the lever. So the driving proposal is going to get rid of the handle or wheel. So you can drive the car with only the lever. You don't have to have a wheel. And also features of this is in the city driving, maybe off-road driving, you can really enjoy the comfort of driving. The driver here to drive the Caterpillar, maybe the shaft will drive the Caterpillar itself. By rotating the Caterpillar, the vehicle height will be changed according to the road type, such as in the city road or off-road. This is my final sketch. In this final sketch, I'm using the Caterpillar. So unlike the conventional car, you don't see the wheel. It's empty in the wheel space in the cabin. Is really optimized. This is for one driver EV, so it can make the shape of the car slimmer and also space saving. So that's going to be my focus. And before I realize my final packaging, thank you very much for listening. I'm from Chiba University, Team CO2. I'm Miyako. And this is Mr. Kushida. Nice to meet you, everyone. So now in Japan, it's urbanizing. Furthermore, the mall and also small shops are in decline. In this background, we are focused on the local shopping mall and also to revitalize local community. So this MDS is going to be our new ability. So this mobility is to connect the Papa Mom shop and convenience store to rejuvenate the local community. On the left-hand side, please look at this graph. we did some questionnaire. In question one was, do you use a personal store? As a result, 70% do not use the personal stores. So I mean, the personal stores here is like vegetable stores and also bookstores, mom and pop shops. The next question was, how often do you use convenience stores per week? So 70% or so people use the convenience stores more than 50% of the weekdays. The last question, what products would you like to sell more or put on at the convenience store? Fresh food, liquor, book. Many people would like to have more variation in the convenience store. Next slide is on the right-hand side. This is our idea. In the convenience store, sell items from personal store at the convenience stores. So first, convenience store and the personal stores will have a benefit, and also that topic will trigger more people moving to the convenience store and personal store. They both win-win situation. By this project, the customers will be exposed to even more variety of products. On the left-hand side, this is a solution. To realize this agenda, so self-driving combined with a car, so self and the car is combined into one mobility. And about the infrastructure, we will use convenience stores as is, and in the convenience store, we will install charging stations in the store. On the right-hand side, this is about the system. In this system, this is between the personal shop and convenience store, and the MDS company is in between them. From the personal shop, we will pay the money to the MDS company to bring their items and products to bring to the convenience store. So when the products are sold, the profit will be divided among the MDS company, convenience store, and personal shop. So this is a photo of actual proposal. A personal store, mobility picks up food and everything and bring it to the convenience store where these products are sold. And on the right-hand side, this is a system. This MDS goes to different convenience stores every day at the rotation. And if mobility goes to the same store every day, the store will have the variety of products. And if the products are in shorter supply, that will be automatically notified to the personal shop, and they can put these items in the MDS. This is a reference from the convenience store shelf. The spec is maybe 180 centimeters long, maybe 60 centimeters in height. This size can drive on the road smoothly, and also it will fit in the convenience store as well. So this MDS main body can put an advertisement, maybe sign, so that it can also advertise the stores they are selling, and also this MDS on weekends. MDSs of each many areas gather in a large space and maybe the park. Then that is going to be like a flea shop, flea market in the weekend. That concludes my presentation.
First, I would like to hand over to Yamashita-san. Thank you very much for your presentations. They were very interesting, and you sounded kind of nervous. And I'm going to refer to this as a lecture part, but at this time the criteria include design and concept. And one element is presentation. Presentation is one part of the selection criteria. So presentation panel is one thing, but you clearly, I want you to try to communicate your thoughts as much as possible to the audience. So I would like to see that point. And then now I'm asked to offer general comments. So content-wise, each one was interesting, but having heard all your presentation, because I felt that your presentation contents kind of quickly faded. And I think the reason is that you were not looking into the eyes of the audience. So communicating your thoughts to other people, I would like to work hard on that point as well. Because this is the very unique and the only opportunity for you. You will never have the same opportunity again. And there is audience who is listening to your presentation. So I would like you to try to appeal your thoughts. And then I think you might have seen like a Steve Jobs presentation. He's not talking like that. And then today you were presenting while looking at the screens and pointing to the screens. It's not the way you are supposed to give presentation. You need to look at the audience and then you need to appeal and try to communicate. So that was kind of missing in your presentations. So that was my point. And then there were some presenters who were good at doing that. So you need to grab the attention of the audience. Please keep that point in mind if you are determined to work in the area of design. You need to be a good communicator. Your works were good, your works were all good, but that was not really communicated to the audience. And that also applies to your presentation of your school tasks or assignments. So please try to be communicative. And in this design contest, so how broad will we allow your thoughts, ideas to be you can present about floating cars or flying vehicles or something, using superconductivity or something. And if you think that's a very important idea, you can communicate that. But if you don't have a strong ideas or thoughts behind that kind of idea, then it's not really feasible, and your proposal may not be as strong. So if your idea is like that, it's weak, I cannot give a high rating to that. And then many of you presented about autonomous driving, like vehicle which is autonomously driven. The car comes to you and then the car can take you autonomously without you having to drive. It's wonderful, but this autonomous driving, the most important point of autonomous driving, so the importance importance of the autonomous driving was not really articulated. So there should be some essential points of autonomous driving technology, and then I would like you to be prepared to explain that well to the audience. So don't say that, I would like to propose autonomous driving because it's convenient or something. So I'm not complaining about your presentations or criticizing your presentations. And that's a kind of evaluation we need to perform about your presentation. So I just want to be open. And half of the presentation, I was not sure. What's the current situation? Are you proposing your idea to improve the current situation, or what? So that means if you explain about the comparison between what it is like today and what you want to make it in the future. So today it's manual, and tomorrow it's automatic or autonomous. It's too simple. So the screening committee members. Like we have two overseas members, and Jansan from China, and then French person Patrick Lukemon, who's a ex-Renault designer. So they must be very similar. And Ken Okuyama and Tajima-san and other people are on the screening committee. Two more people. Sorry, it's hard for me to remember the names. But anyway. And from Yamaha. Nagaya-san from Yamaha, and another person. Mr. Tadao Ando, and another person who will. Okay, let me say again. Mr. Tajima, Mr. Janpan, Mr. Ando, Mr. Nakamura. I already. And Patrick, Likumen, Ken Okuyama, Ken-san, Okuyama-san. And from the ministry. Okay, anyway. So these are the members of the screening committee. And these experts have seen many different events and phenomena in the world. So you need to impress them. These are people with lots of expertise and experience. So you need to look ahead. So you work on your tasks given at the university, your college or university. It's not. It is not like that. So you want to come up. You need to come up with a proposal which can convince these world-class experts. And I see potential in you. So please believe in yourself and please work hard to enhance your skills and levels. So problem solving is one approach, I think. So I hope that we can have an active discussion after this. That is all from me. Thank you very much. Thank you. Now I would like to ask our sponsors to offer their comments. The first sponsor is Bosch. Offer a comment. Yeah. I'm Yamazaki from Bosch. Thank you very much for your presentations. I'm in charge of powertrain. And I found your ideas very interesting. I would never come up with what you came up with. It was very interesting. And more realistically, when we want to commercialize those ideas, how far can we go? And then about the the occupant safety and so on. There are some challenges that we need to tackle. I think we have some time in the afternoon, so I'm looking forward to discussing these things with you. Thank you very much. Thank you. Next. Okay, you are standing in line, so let's do that in that order. Next is Ms. Yamada. Excuse me, Yamaha, sorry. My name is Mizutani from Yamaha Motor. I'm not a designer, but my job is to do PR of Yamaha Motor's design. So I hope that today's workshop will help you brush up and refine your designs. Thank you very much. Next, Renesas. Hello, everyone. I'm from Renesas Electronics. Thank you very much for your wonderful presentation. And I'm going to introduce my company later. So I don't know what to say now, but anyway. So sometimes you are asked suddenly to talk in front of many people. And whenever you make a proposal, there are always some people who don't like your ideas, right? But I hope that I can be of help for you to improve your presentation skills. Thank you very much. Thank you. Next is Tools International. Hello. I am Ari Izumi from Tools International. My company produces industrial clay. That is clay which makes 2D design into 3D design. Our products are used in car design. And as I was watching your presentation, I was wondering how can I make your 2D design into 3D design. So please be confident as you already passed the first selection. And I hope that you can refine your designs through today's workshop. So let's have fun today. Thank you very much. Next is Car Design Academy. Nori Inc. Hello everyone. Thank you very much for your presentation. All presentations were very good and were impressive. So I have two comments about your presentations, which I found interesting. The first point is I think at this time there were no specifications about the size of your mobility EVs, but most of the mobilities that you projected that were very small sized. So small size vehicle and electric vehicle, they may have a good affinity. So EV may be small vehicle may be a good application for EV. And another thing I found interesting is the year was around 2020 to 2025, and you said you look at the same year, around the same year, but I found it interesting that each group had a very different application. Sometimes some person talk about shops and hospitals and so on. And this is a contest, so of course you strive to become number one, but another important thing is that you can learn from other teams. And one person who thought about hospital bed, maybe you didn't think of the shopping mall or Papa and Mom shops in the shopping arcade, but this is a great opportunity for you to gain new insights or new perspectives into issues in society. So I think you all are aiming to become car designers, but it's the same thing, common to everyone, but I would like you to learn from others about different perspectives behind your aspirations. So let's have fun today. Thank you very much.
Thank you very much. Next is from Mitsubishi Chemical. Good afternoon. So I'm from Mitsubishi Chemical. I'm Shibata. I'm belonging to marketing department. So this time, probably you don't know the company, but Mitsubishi Chemical, it's a material company, like we produce resins, so on that we explain company outline in the afternoon session. Due to resins, the design shapes can be varied. So I thought would like to look for some ideas to which we can steal your ideas and contribute to our company. Your ideas are really great. I mean, for 2015, 2025, 2030, that we cannot really imagine. That I heard such story for the first time in listening to your stories, and I thought it was really interesting. However, it was interesting. It means the vehicles that we are seeing right now are totally different from the ones you are proposing. So I don't know feasibility whether we can produce such vehicles I'm proposing is in question. In the future, mobility, like currently you have fun, but fun driving may be eliminating in the future. Probably that was surprising. I mean, the people and vehicle are integrated. It's a moving something. That was a surprise. And so probably I want to listen to some ideas which are a little bit closer to the practical reality, so that we can, I don't like to expect something that can be realized. Including that, I want to brush up your ideas in making a final presentation, which is really appreciated for us. I'd like to enjoy today's session together with you. Thank you very much. First of all, from Marubeni Information Systems. Good afternoon. I'm from Marubeni Information Systems. I'm Maruoka. We are a trading house, and I myself is involved in 3D printers. You may know this. So the importing and sale of the 3D printers, and then to generate something new is in my responsibility in engineering field. This is the second sponsoring to this event from the previous one, and I was enjoying listening to your presentation. That was great. From the perspective of manufacturing something, currently to realize the ideas, so that will be the time span that you are looking at. This is one of the keys in the technology to realize these ideas. Currently may be available or extension of the current technology, but something which is totally new. But in order for us to realize this idea, if we could have these technologies available in the future, that would be great. The technological perspectives are something that I like to pay attention to. In particular, of course, this time concept usage is one of the evaluation points for this contest, but technology part is something that I want to get in deep and incorporate into your ideas, so that for ourselves that will be a new discoveries as well. So I really have high expectation from your efforts in the future, so that we are so excited to hear from you about your future presentation as well. Thank you very much.